Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today we are talking about MDCAT test 2025 Biology MCQs Quick Revision Part 3rd. Dear students, if you need MCQs for MDCAT test preparation, let me know in the comment section. Dear viewers, अभी तक अगर आपने मेरा YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो अभी सब्सक्राइब कर लें, लाइक और शेयर ज़रूर कर लें। शुक्रिया। The mitochondrial DNA is option A, like the nuclear DNA in structure. Option B, single-stranded linear. Option C, double-stranded circular. And option D, single-stranded circular. So the correct option is C, double-stranded circular. Explanation is, in humans, mitochondrial DNA is double-stranded and circular. Nucleic acids are made up of monomers called dash. Option A, nucleotides. B, nucleosides. C, DNA. And option D, RNA. So the correct option is A, nucleotide. Nucleotides are the fundamental building block monomers of nucleic acids like DNA and RNA. A nucleotide consists of nitrogenous base, a pentose sugar, ribose or deoxyribose, and one or more phosphate groups. A nucleoside is just the base and sugar without the phosphate. Dear students, subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update from a technologist. In the sugar phosphate backbone, sugars are linked together by option A, disulfide bond, B, sulfide bond, C, ester bond, and option D, phosphodiester bond. So the correct option is D, phosphodiester bond. Dear students, this is very important MCQs. DNA directed RNA polymerase is option A, replicase. B, transcriptase. C, reverse transcriptase. And option D, polymerase 3. So the correct option is B, transcriptase. DNA directed RNA polymerase is the enzyme responsible for transcription, which synthesizes RNA from a DNA template. It is most commonly referred to as transcriptase. How many high energy phosphate bond equivalent are required for the amino acid activation in protein synthesis? Option A 1, B 2, option C 3, and option D 4. So the correct option is option B 2. Explanation is, amino acid activation require ATP to AMP, which is equivalent to 2 high energy phosphate bonds. Dear students, this is very important MCQs. Translation results in the formation of option A, mRNA, B, tRNA, C, rRNA, and option D, a protein molecule. So the correct option is D, protein molecule. Translation is the process of synthesizing a protein from mRNA. Sulfur is not present in dash. Option A, thiamine. B, amino acid. C, thymine, and option D, biotin. So the correct option is C, thymine. Thymine is a nitrogenous base and does not contain sulfur. So thymine basically also called vitamin B1. Lipoic acid and biotin all contain sulfur. Dear students, this is very important MCQs. The anticodon region is an important part of structure. Option A, rRNA, B, tRNA, C, mRNA, and option D, hnRNA. So the correct option is B, tRNA. The anticodon on tRNA base pairs with the codon on mRNA during translation. Nucleic acids were discovered in dash. Option A, 1869, B, 1870, C, 1868, and option D, 1867. So the correct option is A, 1869. The Swiss physician Friedrich Michel isolated a novel substance from the nuclei of white blood cell in 1869. He named it nuclei, which we know is nucleic acid or DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. A gene is a dash. Option A single protein molecule, B, a group of chromosomes, C, an instructions for making a protein molecule, and option D, a bit of DNA molecule. So the correct option is D, a bit of DNA molecule. A gene is a segment of DNA that codes for a functional product, for example, a protein or RNA molecule. Dear students, if the amino group and a carboxylic group of amino acid are attached to the same carbon atom, the amino acid is called a dash. Option A, alpha, B, beta, C, gamma, and option D, epsilon. So the correct option is A, alpha. An alpha amino acid, both the amino group and a carboxyl group are attached to the same carbon atom, so that the alpha carbon is same carbon atom of amino acid. So that called alpha amino acid. If a nucleic acid contains more than 8,000 nucleotides, it is most likely to be option A, RNA, B, DNA, C, option C, both A and B, and option D, none of these. So the correct option is B, DNA. The DNA molecules are typically much larger, often million of nucleotides, which compared to the RNA. So which is usually shorter. For example, tRNA has about 75 to 90 nucleotides, while mRNA varies, but they generally less than a DNA. Which of the following are nucleoproteins? Option A, protamine, B, histone, C, deoxy and ribonucleoproteins, and option D, all of these. So the correct option is D, all of these. Nucleoproteins are proteins that associated with nucleic acid. For example, protamine, histone, and deoxyribonucleoproteins. Dear students, this is very important MCQs. The total RNA in a cell constitutes option A, 1 to 10%, option B, 10 to 20%, C, 30 to 50%, and option D, 50 to 80%. So the correct option is B, 10 to 20%. tRNA makes up about 10 to 20% of the total cellular RNA. rRNA is most abundant, 80 to 90% and mRNA is about 5 to 10%. Unit of genetic information: option A DNA, B RNA, C cistron, and option D none of these. So the correct option is C cistron. The cistron is the unit of genetic information equivalent to a gene. In humans, the principal breakdown product of purine is option A NH3, B thymine, C alanine, and option D uric acid. So the correct option is D uric acid. Humans excrete uric acid is a product of protein metabolism. In DNA, genetic information is stored in option A purine bases, B pyrimidine bases, C purine and pyrimidine bases, and option D sugar. So the correct option is C purine and pyrimidine bases. The genetic information is stored in the sequence of purine, adenine, guanine, and pyrimidine, cytosine, thymine. Dear students, please subscribe my YouTube channel. Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update from a technologist. Nucleic acids show strong absorption at one of the wavelength. Option A 280 nanometer, B 220 nanometer, C 360 nanometer, and option D 260 nanometer. So the correct option is D 260 nanometer. Nucleic acids absorb UV light strongly at 260 nanometer due to the purine and pyrimidine bases. Genes are option A RNA, B DNA, C lipoprotein, and option D chromoproteins. So the correct option is B DNA. Genes are functional units of hereditary material and they are composed of DNA, although some viruses have RNA genes. Dear students, this is very important MCQs. RNA synthesis requires option A RNA primer, B RNA template, C DNA template, and option D DNA primer. So the correct option is C DNA template. RNA synthesis transcription require a DNA template to guide the synthesis of RNA strand. Codons are option A DNA, B mRNA, C tRNA, and option D rRNA. So the correct option is B mRNA. Codons are triplet of nucleotides in mRNA that specify amino acids during protein synthesis. The genetic code operates via option A the protein moiety of DNA, B the base sequences of DNA, C the nucleotide sequence of mRNA, and option D the base sequence of tRNA. So the correct option is C the nucleotide sequence of mRNA. The genetic code is read from the nucleotide sequence of mRNA during translation to determine the amino acid sequence of proteins. In the process of transcription, the flow of genetic information is from option A DNA to DNA, B DNA to protein, C RNA to protein, and option D DNA to RNA. So the correct option is D DNA to RNA. Transcription is the synthesis of RNA from a DNA template. The genetic information in a human being is stored in option A DNA, B RNA, C both A and B, and option D none of these. So the correct option is A DNA. In humans, genetic information is stored in DNA. RNA act is messenger but is not the primary site of storage. Which of the following gives a positive Ninhydrin test? Option A reducing sugar, B triglycerides, C alpha amino acids, and option D phospholipids. So the correct option is C alpha amino acids. The Ninhydrin test is positive for amino acid, which produce a purple color when heated with Ninhydrin. Dear students, if you like this video, please subscribe my YouTube channel. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद है, बराए मेहरबानी मेरे YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब, लाइक और शेयर ज़रूर कर लें। शुक्रिया। In humans, the principal metabolic product of pyrimidines is dash. Option A uric acid, B histidine, option C xanthine, and option D beta alanine. So the correct option is D beta alanine. Dear students, this is last MCQs. The mechanism of synthesis of DNA and RNA are like all of the following ways except option A. They involve the release of pyrophosphate from each nucleotide added. B. They require activated nucleotide precursor and magnesium. Option C. The direction of synthesis, and option D. They require a primer. So the correct option is D. They require primer. The DNA synthesis requires the primer, short RNA segment, to start, but RNA synthesis does not require primer. Thank you for watching my videos.